worries at all. Okay, this is women in Web3, right? We're taking care of our families. We're hustling. We're doing all kinds of things, and you're just awesome. So,
I just have to say that we're live and other people are listening.
And we have the Audacity Metaverse in the house. So Audacity Metaverse is a women's metaverse, and they offer space to women, but they're also a broadcasting network, and they are doing a broad range of services for us. They've provided, for an extremely low service fee. It's free to join, okay, but for an extremely low service fee, they will do up your space like they did it up today for Tetherball and more. They will host you. Your media goes on their streaming services all over the place continually 24/7. And they're extremely supportive. And the other women, that are curated in the metaverse, are very interesting people. So, you should consider a space in the Audacity Metaverse. Like I said, it's a woman's metaverse. It's the first. There are some, outstanding events. And my graduation from shefi.org, okay, we had a really awesome graduation ceremony in there. So I'm happy to now. Please, Jenny, I've sent you guys mics. I don't know cams and get this again, but yeah. Twitter Spaces is acting up today, and I don't want to rug us again, but you guys got to get up here to speak. So let me try you again. Coining, let's do it. Now you can speak in the metaverse. If you want to unmic in there, you can speak. It was just that I was experiencing echo and a loop. I had never had that before. So Jenny, I'm so glad to see you. You are just awesome. And that last space that you were in, I learned so much. Okay, I'm very, very intrigued about the trading. I've always, been interested in that with finance and stocks. And I see Michelle's here too. We'll try to get her up and see if for some reason the mic's not coming through, please send me a request. So I'm here. Let's see. I've got I guess I'm going to pass it to Jenny first because she's got a mic, and then Quanning. Let's see.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, I think Cams is using the Tetherball now.
I sent her a mic a while ago. I don't know why. Cams, if you want to on the Tetherball, please ask me a request to come up. I don't know why. Like I said, we're having all these problems with Twitter. In your space earlier, that I was not only were you rugged 3 times, I was rugged multiple times. And I have another account, and Twitter just kept completely bouncing me out, maybe go through the whole verification thing all along, and it was making me late for this too. So anyway, but here we are. And so Jenny, I'm so excited to welcome you here. Jenny's the VC of Tetherball Coin. Okay, my pages keep going, and I just love this technology. I really do. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Let's go.
Yes, we will. Hey, no worries, no sweat. We're all here having fun. Trying to. Michelle is up too. On speaker. Michelle, if you could say hi. I don't want to talk too much because I was just in the previous space.
Hi, Michelle.
I was a little lost at for a second. Everybody's getting it everywhere, apparently. Even though the first one today, that space, I had to come out of it because I wasn't quite sure. I was getting echoes. I didn't know where I could talk, whether I could talk there or here. So it's back. That is amazing. I had so much fun just walking around in there with a load of cams. It's amazing what we're doing in technology nowadays, and really excited about where we're going to go with it. People are here, so everyone, welcome. We're the Tetherball memecoin team. We have Quading here, and Jenny Kutashi's our VC backer, and Cams is on the Tetherball account. And we're so excited to be here, Peg, and to host this for us and talk about new things that are coming up.
It's really exciting, and it's been exciting to follow this from the beginning. You know, I had again attending Shi-Fi. We had classes in this, and so that's why when I saw the women's led meme coin, I jumped on into the community, and I also did invest a little bit. Have to just tell that to the thanks. I just tell the audience because not financial advice, but So thanks so much. And why don't you, since you started, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we'll just go around, and then we'll have some questions.
Sure. Well, Michelle Musso. I have some real good history in technology and in crypto for the last 4 years. I've worked at CoinDesk as a producer, write articles, even as an editor. And before that, I was in multiple different in the media space, so TV, film, audio, podcasting. So that's just my world. But I've been at my exposure to the constant changing of technique and the education that I've had to do personally through the years. I'm a little older than I look. I hope so. I'm still younger than I look, really, that I am. But education has been really important in upgrading myself through the years. Whether it's analog media used to do and start out on, and how you used to write everything, and then part of the whole, when we first had Facebook, we first had all these social media groups, to the evolution that you move forward, even with cell phone use and how to connect everything, and photography and when podcasting started. Really started, boom, 2013, 14, people started to really pick up into that. I had my own successful. So through the growth of technology, I've had to constantly teach myself, hands-on, get into the nitty-gritty, lose my spot and lose my edge. And that's why I'm really proud of you, Peg, to dive deep and take the course, be a part of that. So what's the next wave, right? Because as this moves forward, yes, younger people, younger generation, their exposure is technology, is the cell phone use and everything. But if you tell them how to do something organically, they don't know, right? And we may come from an age where we know how to do both. But you constantly have something new, and the space constantly changes. And when I mean the space, not just the crypto space, with every year how things are happening, whether it's investment or regulation, but in technology in general, what we're doing with computers, how things are connected. AI now, we're of AI. How can we use it without it harming us? How can we control what we're doing? And all that has to be taught. I mean, we're self-taught sometimes, and sometimes we learn from those who go before us and who do the work. And I think that's really, really important. So in my history, I've had to constantly learn something new. Why this is so exciting to me, to be part of. Yes, it's a meme coin, and they have had some bad rap, pretty much. I think because of the male domination of the quality and the pump and dump and the attitude and the negativity sometimes are around it, but they have community and a great sense of community. And we're doing something completely different. We're going to embark on what is obvious that's coming to crypto and Web3 is education, educating each other, coming together in community. And we're not only flipping that, but also in tone and output. Like I just had a conversation with someone the other day, a gentleman, and it was about how the meme coin community is perceived. We're going down the negative route. We're going to the positive route. We're women, and we have a certain class and quality, how we talk to each other, how we talk to people, and that's what we want in our community. We want to have happy, excited people for the betterment of everyone, and enjoy ourselves and have fun. That's what memeing is, right? We want to have fun. We want to learn and grow fast. It's like this thing with everything. And I see that Jenny already has something to say. Of course she does. This let me wrap up. This is really, really important to be part of this team. We work hard together. We represent. I'm proud of every single one that's part of Tetherball. Our ambassador, great. Jen, Danny, David, everybody has just been so helpful in making this project become a reality. So, I'm just really excited about what we have in store, what's coming in the next few weeks, the next months. We're here to stay. I'll pass you the baton. I stand up. Little girl in the back.
Michelle, I raised my hand because you know what? In the room, please tell me if I'm wrong. Michelle sounded like a rapper because Michelle, the speaker still has this back thing, like you can say like this, right? Like something like AI now, and then there's this automatically thing that says AI. Yeah, the echo. And everything you say, like you say, this is so great, and they say so great. You sound exactly like a rapper.
Yes,
serious.
This is a technical stuff is what happening today. Yeah.
I'm so glad that are you in the space? Are you in the
I am in Twitter space. I am in the Twitter space. So you can listen to the Twitter because Peg is recording it.
you
can listen to it right afterwards.
On that A would read. We could rap. Let's rap.
Listen,
Yes.
no, inside Audacity right now, you're being recorded in. So this is difficult for me to convey sometimes. Okay, because it's brand new. We just did 2 of these, and if you're especially if you're inside in the immersion here, okay, that's going to be replayed. It's going to be rebroadcast, all over Audacity's various media channels. YouTube here. Everywhere. So live and on Instagram, you can catch them. You can catch all the live stuff all the time of all the broadcasts. So you're going to hear this here, but at for all time, you're going to have this recorded as well in the Audacity Mentorverse space ongoing right now.
Yeah, so Michelle, because I think this started out at least 2 spaces ago when you and I, Kwani and Cams, were on your Wealth and Wine. You might need to check your speaker system somehow because it's been ongoing now for at least 2 live spaces and now this Twitter space. So I just want to let you know that so that it doesn't keep on going. I mean, it's
Is that better?
It's in and out for now. Yeah, we're not hearing the echo now, but it's been in and out for 2 to 3 shows now. So
I fixed it on the last. Figured out what it was. How about next? Still echoing?
It's still there. I can see you rapping. I can still hear you. It's something like, "Is it still there?" And it says "still there." You get what I'm saying? That's how it is. Like if you're saying, "Is it still there?" and then it says "still there." So still there. When you end a sentence, the last 1 or 2 words it repeats itself. Like, is it still there? Still there. That's why you sound literally like a rapper. It's actually pretty cool, but just wanted to make sure that you do that.
How about this? Is that better? Am I still rapping?
Okay, now you're better. There's no more echo.
No echo, right?
Yeah, there's no more. So I'm not sure what you did there, but make sure to keep it that way because you've been that way. But hey, on behalf of the team, Michelle, I know Cams is probably tied up. She might not be able to speak. Kwaning also. I'm seeing her as a listener, but we greatly appreciate you hosting us today. This is only like 28, 29. It's like 3 days in after our T-ball has been listed, and we greatly appreciate you purchased some for yourself, and we'll greatly appreciate that. Yes, I went into your metaverse, and it is pretty cool. Very, very cool. For technically wise, Meg, is there a way that, that we can, I think I'm pretty technically savvy. I was trying to push all the buttons in there. Is there a way that we can slow things down in the metaverse? Because after you do it for like maybe a minute or two, I'm not sure about you, but people could get like a migraine or a headache. But the overall of the metaverse is super, super cool. There's a screenshot, video shot of your metaverse. You place Tetherball in the metaverse, and we greatly appreciate that. On the Tetherball Twitter account, they took a video screenshot of that so that everybody could see, and it is super, super cool.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Yes, they're awesome, and I appreciate you, and I do appreciate that, about different people that come in with colors and things like that, and and the screens, like you're saying. It can be limited if we're all like facing, like when I face away with the main Twitter screen behind me, usually, that's not showing as much. So when you're walking through, you'll see that. And it's just such an innovative new way of doing things, to have the we can have anything in there, right? But to do it here as well is just a bonus. And they've been Audacity's just been adding and making things better and better. So I'm so glad that you're here. And I wanted to I'm just gonna throw it out there, and since all of you are able to come on in, I have a couple of questions, and so anybody can jump in and ask. I actually had that. Oh, right. If you saw, okay, Cam's would be on the floor, I think, right now. If she saw, I know her sense of humor already, but I just waited to go get my notes, and they scrunched like I would need like that. That meme with the guy. He needs he has a tiny piece of paper and he needs the glasses. Okay, that's what happened to my notes just now. Let's crazy. We're approaching Mercury retrograde, so maybe we're already in, okay. So I was going to throw this out here for, for Cam's about her with her background and blockchain and everything, but I'm going to go to Michelle, okay, since she can speak. I was going to ask about your extensive experience in journalism and content creation. How do you plan to use storytelling and media to promote Tetherball memecoin and engage the community? That one's for Michelle. If she can't speak, I'll throw out another question.
Michelle, are you good, Michelle? I think she might be fixing her sound system.
I know. So, okay.
Yeah, she probably will swing back.
Let's try it. Okay, let's
I'm here, Peggy.
All right. Did you get my? Okay. Did you get my question? I don't know, but I will pose another one. Hold on one second. Well, this is kind of for all of you. You can, Coinine can answer or anything, but I wanted to know, about, like, again, we're back. Okay, back to having that same problem. I'm sorry with my notes. So I'm just going to ask you about the challenges with this type of innovation, and anybody could jump in, okay, and tell us about challenges that you might have faced creating this, besides the overall challenges in your life, being females. And how did you overcome these?
Cam, do you want to go ahead?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry, you said what are some challenges faced creating a meme coin or a community, or?
Yes, with creating Tetherball meme coin, challenges that you might have faced and, how you overcame them.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, with everything that you create, right? I think all of us on our team, we have just crazy talent, crazy potential. We have very, just diverse experiences that make us who we are. And coming together and collaborating and creating something so fun came, of course, with a lot of challenges and a lot of a learning curve. With any startup or company, when you're creating something, there's so many questions you have to ask yourself. Branding, who's our audience? What is our mission? What's our vision? What do we really want to do? What does it mean to be successful? On top of making sure everything technically on the back end is going correctly, the smart contract, managing the devs, designing the website, launching the website, ensuring that we have everything set up for a community, that our community is safe and secure, and that random people can't come in and steal information. There was a time where we had to have people sign NDAs, and we were pitching to get investors. And we, as you know, are VC backed. We're completely different than a lot of crypto projects out there that call themselves meme coins. We do a lot of due diligence on everything we have put out here. Everything we say, everything we tweet. We have brand guidelines we follow. We have a huge community of ambassadors who are also coordinating as well, who are stepping up and being leaders. So as you can imagine, we're juggling a lot, and we have a lot of balls in the air that we're juggling. Balls in the air. And a lot of these pieces, they take a lot of time. They take love. They take effort. They take a lot of people losing sleep. It took a lot of people taking the initiative. And there are days when, I have 2 children, 2 years old and 8-month-old. Right now I'm actually breastfeeding while I'm talking to you. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about being a woman is our brains are set up to be able to multitask and do a ton of things at once. And that's just the fact of evolutionary and neuroscience and all that, right? But that doesn't mean men can't do a million things at once either. But what's incredible is that women aren't permanently in this space. And so that's something that we're also doing is we're trying to make sure that we're being educational, that we're uplifting everybody around us, and that we're not doing everything. So we want to empower our community to be able to do things, right? So we just had a space with our community member early before this. And there's a lot of growing pains too. So there's how you overcome those things is with grace. You give yourself patience. Maybe you cry, maybe you scream, maybe you take a walk, you go touch grass. But whatever it is, remember that self-care is really important. Now, when it comes to overcoming, working as a team and things of that nature, and managing so many things, with nonprofits and companies, you really have to make sure you're communicating and over-communicating, and that you're transparent. And so me, Judy, Kwani, Michelle, it'll be whatever time in our time zones. We're a global team. So we have multiple time zones we have to make sure that we reconcile, and we'll meet. Some of us will give 100% one day, and then the other person can only give 10%. It's kind of like a married, relationship. You can't always give 100%. You can try your best, but there's days where you're going to be sick, you're going to be tired, overwhelmed. There's days where you're just fucking pumped, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this, and this because I have the energy now to do that. And so it's really recognizing that, supporting each other, recognizing where our talents are. I love to design and draw, so the team's like, go design, go draw. Jenny always says that. She's like, I'm good at math. And all of us have our own talents and strengths. And so whatever that is, go for it and we do it and we run it. And if we don't have that as our strength and we want to learn, we lean on each other to understand how do we do that. Or we reach out to our community members or advisors. How do we do that? Partnerships are crucial. And so, yeah, I don't want to take up all the time, but I keep notes.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Cams. I'm glad you came up, and obviously, Nadia's taking care of her child too. So this is it. That this is life, and we're here for it. We're here for the women. So I have a couple of questions for Jenny, and I know Nadia does. Nadia is really interested in the coin, and she has a lot of finance background, expertise as well. So Jenny, I was thinking about this, and your approach to Tetherball's tokenomics avoids the burning mechanism. And can you explain how this strategy promotes long-term growth and stability for Tetherball meme coin?
Hi, Peg, and hi, Mompreneur. Thank you, Cams. I mean, your words are so well chosen and impactful of what you just shared. It was incredibly articulate, beautiful. While you're breastfeeding your baby, and again, Cam has two cutest babies that I've met the boy. I have not met the little girl. If I see little babies like that, I would normally just pinch them cheek, so and probably kiss them to death or something. Kiss them to their cheeks turn purple. Okay, there you go. But thank you, Cam. The only thing I wanted to add to what Cam shared is that strong and alpha A types of women like myself or Kuan Ning, Michelle, and Cam's, obviously all four of us are, we do shed tears. Okay, so I'm not going to share who did, but I can say that, never judge people by its cover, because one of the obstacles that I remember when we first started out, when you work in a group, okay, you tend to measure each other's workflow, and Cam shared that so eloquently. Some days she can give 1,000%, not just 100, but then some days she can only do 10% for whatever reason it is. And as human nature, right, we as a group, we always presume that each one of us should contribute 100 or 1,000% every day. And in a group like this, we've learned that that's not an ever the case. And so when we first started out, we didn't physically say it, but I'm sure the thoughts came to each of our minds. Let's just say, I'm going to give an example. Let's just say Kuan Ning, Michelle, and I were online talking, and then Cam was nowhere to be found, right? Or the reverse could be me, Cam's Michelle. Kuan Ning was nowhere to be found. She doesn't respond to text messages, nothing. So the other of us would say, well, hello, we each share the exact same percentage. Let's just say ownership of the Tetherball. And then we felt like, okay, there's one of us or two of us are not contributing. So my advice to anyone out there who are working in a group format like we are, give it time. Because if you are going through that phase, it's probably too early on and you do not see your partner's potential yet. I would say for our team, we did start it out that way, okay? And then and we moved pretty quickly. I would say probably within the first 30 days. That's when all of us kind of knew that, okay, each of us had a talent that the other one doesn't have. So, and we do understand, what Cam's had mentioned so eloquently, that some days one of us gonna do 1,000%, and the next day, that person could just say, I can't do this. I gotta, like Kuan Ning, she goes out and she rides her bike. That's how she de-stress herself. Me, whenever, which is bad, and I'm going to be very honest, and the team know this about me, but I've since figured out how to fix that, right? So each of us have a different way of de-stressing ourselves. Like when I was totally like many times, a few times, not many, but I would say 2 times, maybe 3 times, when I was super stressed, okay, I get like I get snappy, like super snappy, right? And that hurts my team, right? That hurts my team, even though they know my heart. That's not Jenny, but so they know that okay, she's sad. And then so we figure out how to work around that. And then even myself, I know that when I'm super stressed, I like so many things are due at one time, and then I get short temper, snappy. And we figure that out. I figure it out. We resolve it. So, Peg, I'm not sure if I answered your question. If I did,
No, you did. You did. I love it. Okay, I love it. I love the the mission, and this is what what I wanted to find out. How that's the best part. The team works well together. Everyone has their own strength. You all support each other, and I mean that's.
And that comes with us being in the journey together. Like you learn about each other by going through the trauma. By going through the ups and downs of a project, of anything really. So, and it being in different time zones, learning to be considerate of each other. Learning that not at every time do we know what's going on in everyone's lives at every moment, and then sharing and becoming vulnerable. That's really key in strength. And being honest is being vulnerable also. So you get to learn more about each other when you do something like that. And you only become stronger as a team. And it solidifies what you already know. Like this is going to work. We're the right people. We're the right fit for each other. We balance them. We know where the weakness is. Like if Cam's has a good day, one of us picks up. If somebody else has something else, or I need something, somebody else picks up. So we really work together and help each other. And we also learn from each other because we all have something different that we bring to the table, different strengths. That's really, really important. A different journey. We'll have different walks of life and different age groups. So, I mean, I think we got the best of all the worlds you could possibly imagine because we all bring something different to the table. And it works like this fine-tuned, a machine that just all the grooves fit.
Yeah, and I also wanted to back Michelle too, which Cam's also share. A business relationship like ours at Tetherball, 4 very strong-minded women, very strong. I mean, I do mean very strong. Okay, there's going to be clash, but at the end of the day, like both Cam's and Michelle said, a business partnership is like an ordinary relationship, like a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband and a wife, or even 2 BFFs, right? Now, if we all think about it, when it comes to something like this, and if there is no conflict, there's no disputes, it's not a normal relationship. Because as we all know, normal relationships, we are going to have all that. But what happens after that makes a huge difference. And I've always shared this, and I love it. It's because I've always shared that fall 7 times, stand up 8, fall 8 times, stand up 9. Because of that, I don't know how many times the 4 of us would be maybe upset at each other, shed tears because of each other, But at the end of the day, you see us having fun online, but behind the scenes, we're exactly the same thing. We have a private group with just the 4 of us. We talk about everything, right? And then, like, for example, like when I was on a lockdown, the 3 ladies, open a separate group and they talk among themselves. Because as you know, when you're in a group together, every time you chit chat, the texting keeps on coming up. And so it's hard to concentrate. So that's how we learn about each other. And then the more that you learn, the relationship among the 4 of us together has gotten so much stronger, so much more tighter. And we sometimes can even read each other's mind, So, not all partnerships are great, but when you do work it out, especially 4 very strong-minded women, that's when the best of all worlds collide. So I have the strongest future of all meme coins. You will never, ever see a meme coin of the Tetherball caliber. Now, name one meme coin that even written anything about a research paper. Nevertheless, a 60 pages analytical research paper, right? So each of the ladies, they speak so eloquently, they write, everything is so eloquently. And I cannot be so more proud as a backer. And we're having fun every day, and we have great women like yourself, Peg, and the mompreneur, Bad Mommy, and then I saw Amy. She also hosted us last week. Community members, and not to mention Omar. I know he's super. I believe Omar is a gentleman, and he's super supportive of us. He probably has a few Tetherballs himself, but this is what it is. This is what makes the world go round. Tetherball is the first all women everything in Web3. Okay, so. And I have not shared this with the ladies yet. So surprise, Kwan-Ning, Cams, and Michelle. But I'm currently talking to 2 journalists who's been dissecting our analytical research paper and asking me questions about it. So I'm not sure if they're going to write something that is positive or if they're going to write a rebuttal. But either way, we are, we welcome it, because it's professional. We literally opened I guess I wouldn't say a new can of worms, but, Michelle and Cam, please jump in. Sometimes I'm using the wrong words. I'm much better at writing than sometimes when I speak because there's, my mind, but maybe not open up a new can of worms, Michelle, but like we open something for people to look at from our analytical research.
I just want to jump in and say we have till 4:15 where we're being recorded in the metaverse. So that we have a hard stop there, but there is music in there for the last 15 minutes. We can stay on here for a couple more minutes too. We can stay on till 4:30 here if you want to, or we can finish and you can and you can go forward. I really am so excited to hear more about it, and sorry to interrupt you. So Jenny, who did you ask to address that question?
Oh, I was just going to jump in and say I think that we maybe touched a nerve with a few people and answered some questions, or basically, it's like when you conquer a hill. When you're in a battle and you conquer a hill and you put your flag on that hill. That's how I felt it was, because we can make comparisons with not just Tetherball meme coin to Bitcoin and the start of crypto and how people envision Bitcoin and the utility of it and the utility of Tetherball and the utility of other meme coins and the education aspect that we're bringing, the community aspect. So it really kind of threw some shade towards the haters or people who are very pessimistic towards this, I would say, or the Debbie Downers, the people who are like, you don't have nothing. And we're tough women and we're strong and we shrug that stuff off. But we basically put our stake in the ground and say, hey, we're here to stay. We're here for the fight. We're here for the long haul. Take a read to that, because you can't dispute it. It's all factual and it's all research. And we ask people to go and read through it and go do your own research. And if you find anything, we would love to have conversations about it. That's the whole point of it. It's like our own white paper, right? It's our own description of like why we are here, why we did something, what we believe in, and take a read for yourself. And let's talk about it. We're a community and we want to have more conversations, more discussions about that it focus on more education and more relationships. So I think it's an awesome read, and it was exciting to work with Jenny and the other ladies and to have something like that for us.
Yes, and Michelle nailed it perfectly. And Peg, you're the host, so we respect your timeline. I think most of us are on Twitter Spaces, so I think if they're in your metaverse, they may have gone in there just to check things out. But I think technically, I'm not in your metaverse right now. I was in there, I checked it out, and so I got out of it. And then I click on Twitter Spaces so that I'm in the Twitter Spaces right now. So, we're fine if the hard stop is at 1:15 on either
Yes.
platform.
Well, it's at 1:15 in Audacity, okay, because that's a team that manages that, and that's and then we can, if anyone has anything else for until 1:30, I'm good until then. So we could stay in the Twitter space, and like I said, it's being simultaneously recorded now. Now I don't know if Nadia can come. Nadia had some questions about the coin. She was Nadia, can you unmute? There you go. Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hearing the conversation. I thought I can do it, watching my kids and be part of this. Sometimes I raise the expectations for myself, but it's okay. So I've been loving, the whole Tetherball community vibe, team. I think everything we see is a sign of, it's a good sign. The consistency, the, every day adding new members and answering all the questions and everything. That's amazing to see a team of women founders who are delivering this type of content and presence and, collaboration together as a team also, that's amazing. So my question regarding the coin is, first, what motivated whoever's decision was to say it's a good idea to do this coin, and what is the utility of it? Like, is it something that would be within the community? Because then it's also based on education. So would it be something that members can use, to spend on some mastermind classes, or how is it supposed to gain value? Like, this is my question out of curiosity, seeing the delivery of this amazing work. Where is it supposed to lead to? Like, we know all Bitcoin has no utility, but it is the first cryptocurrency, and it is meant to be like that, only to be exchanged as money, and that's why they're accepting it in a lot of places all over the world now. So I would love to hear about that.
Okay, if we're having a hard stop at 1:15, I guess I'll take this one so that it'll go through faster, hopefully within the next, I'm seeing 1:08 right now, so maybe in 7 minutes, I'm going to give it a shot. That is a great question, super great question. And I'm glad you brought up Bitcoin because in our analytical research, we did compare Tetherball to Bitcoin because it has very similarities. Bitcoin does not have any utilities. It's just basically a simple cryptocurrency with algorithms. It is the OG, okay? And it has a brand name now after it's been out for 15 years. But if we look at the first 10 years of Bitcoin, there wasn't much. It was probably within the last 5 years that institutions started to come in. And then within the last 2 to 3 years, politicians started to come in. Of course, when they came in, they had to benefit because there is a lot of money within the crypto space. Now, there is another data research that the ladies and I are currently looking at,
and we're considering to write it, but depending on our time. And that is most of the pumping to Bitcoin for politicians and stuff like that comes out of large wallets like the Geminis, the Winklevoss twins who own Gemini, Coinbase. Okay, Brian Armstrong makes a ton of money selling his stock coin on traditional market, which is Wall Street. And Coinbase is the largest cryptocurrency. BNB, after CZ Binance has been placed in prison, I've heard he's going to get out